Hello, I am Ivan Messina. I am the founder of SupportHost's.com. I'm here with Gerlando. He is one of our clients. And first of all, thank you, Gerlando, to be here with me today. And can you take a minute to tell me who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity to speak with you. I'm really happy to meet in person the CEO of the company that hosts some of the websites that I manage, and it's really great to be able to share with you some of this information about myself. Um, the short version of the story is that I've been involved in web development for about 30 years now. I graduated at the University of Pisa in Italy in computer science about 25 years ago. And I already knew back then that web development was going to be what I wanted to do when I grew up. So I started working at the university directly, and I very quickly got involved with the use of content management systems that back in those days were actually something that was becoming more and more popular. WordPress was not even born yet when I first started working on content management systems. We had something called Plone, another called Ariadne, CMS, and so on and so forth. But being able to experiment with all these different systems and being able to help the university host their content and allow editors to manage their content very easily without knowing any HTML or anything technical was what I really liked about this process. And so over the last 30 years, I've really learn a lot about these systems. And what I like is to actually have my own personal website where I experiment with new features. It's sort of my playground. It's definitely something that I cannot do in my day job to experiment too much with features that are very bleeding edge or too new to be implemented on a production system. So I use my own blog as a playground for that. And for many years, it was hosted on somewhere else. But recently, after a few years that I was off the air, let's put it that way, I was not blogging. I was busy with other things. I came back to my blog to restart that adventure, and I realized that I needed something more than just what I had available in my previous hosting. So I started looking around, and I found Support Host, and was definitely what I wanted from this system, and that's where I'm today.
Oh, nice. So you're definitely a veteran. I'm kind of envious now. Like you mentioned these old CMS, like never heard about. So yeah, I'm definitely
That
I
makes me
definitely
feel too.
started after you. That was not my intent. You didn't share your website. Do you want to share what your website is?
Okay, so my website, my personal blog, it's hard to spell out for non-Italian speaking people. It will be duechiacchiere.it, and that's spelled DUECHIACHIERE which means let's chat, basically in Italy, in Italian, and it's something that I've always wanted to use as sort of the excuse for my website is sort of a conversation with people that come and stumble upon my website to establish a bi-directional conversation with them. It's not just me pontificating on topics of different nature. It's a place where people can actually suggest things, can express their opinion and comments. And it's a very welcoming place, a very quiet place, far away from the loud noise of social media and other resources that these days are all too much polarized.
And how did you know about Super Toast? Where did you find us?
So speaking of blogging, actually, so as I was saying, I took a break from blogging for about 5 6 years because I was busy with other things. So I recently started back in 20 because of the pandemic. I guess we all had more free time to spend on other things. So I started looking into blogging again, and I was looking for something that had more technical tools than the previous hosting that I was using. For example, the use of Git to manage my source code, because I developed my own WordPress template. I manage plugins in certain ways. So I asked my readers, actually, is there any hosting that you would recommend that is worth checking out in terms of the features that I listed on my blog itself, with one little caveat. I want something that was Italian in a way, that was run by people of Italian descent, because one of the things that I've always wanted to do is to support companies, businesses that are Italian by origin, and like a sort of like a nationalistic in a way pride that I have. And so one of my bloggers that has been your customer for many years, I believe, suggested to check out SupportHost. So I went there. I opened one of the uh, um, playgrounds that you offer for as part of your offering, and I was really impressed with the kind of services that were available there. So I decided to pull the trigger and and move everything to you guys.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So word of mouth is
Yes,
still working.
absolutely.
And I would love to ask you, what do you like about SupportHost? Because you've been with us for quite a while, I think now. I don't remember exactly. And what you don't like about SupportHost.
So I've been with Support Host for a year and a half, I would say now. And so
Okay.
there's definitely three things that I like. One is customer service. For me, that's number one priority. Whenever I need something, I've always been able to get in touch with your support service, and they've been able to answer and solve my issue within a matter of hours. So that's key, because you can have all the bells and whistles in the world, but if you don't have an effective support team that is backing their products, you're lost, because you're left alone. So that's definitely number one. Two, the number of tools that are available. I was impressed to see all the different things that you provide, including like SSH access, all those advanced features that you don't see at that price point in many other hosting services that are available out there. So that the trade-off, or the price point and the amount of services that were available for that price was definitely good. And the third thing, the fact again that it was an Italian company at the end of the day that was supporting this product. So that's definitely three things that I liked about it. I'm not sure I have anything that I don't like as of yet about
Well,
Superhost.
that's amazing. And I'm not going to push you there.
Okay,
So,
fair
so
enough.
my last question is, would you feel comfortable to recommend SupportHost to, I don't know, one of your clients or some of your friends?
Absolutely, 100%. I've already actually done that. I've moved many of my clients to support host. I have a day job. I'm an employee at the University of California, but as a side at night, I also freelance as a web developer. Like the cousin of the cousins, but not that at that level. I do things for friends of mine. I mean, let's say I help them with their websites, and I've moved all of them from whatever systems they were using to support host. And they also appreciate, one, the performance is definitely, the performance is much better, the fact that it's more streamlined even for them. I mean, to see their analytics right within the dashboard without having to go to a different website or things like that. It's very easy to use, and I definitely do that on my blog all the time. I mean, I've mentioned support hosts to my readers at least 6 to 10 times in the last few months. So absolutely, yes, 100%. I'm really proud and really happy to support you guys and your
Well,
work.
that's so great to hear that. I'm proud right now because it's like, okay, we have been doing something right. So I'm
Oh
really
yes.
happy. So, well, I just want to thank you for sharing your experience. I hope you keep staying with us. I hope we'll keep giving you a good service. And well, thanks again for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ivan. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak with you. And yes, I've already renewed my contract for the next 3 years. So yes, I'm definitely staying for a while at least with you guys. I'm
Okay,
really happy.
well, now you're locked in. Now we can decrease the quarterly service for you.
There you go. Yes, absolutely. Sounds good. Well,
All
yeah, let's
right.
talk about that. Okay. All right. Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Ivan.
Thanks again.